We're going to get right into what the only Caleb Calhoun calls a season-defining game. What should people do, Coop?
Cooper Mays here. Hit like and subscribe.
All right, first down. Let's get it out there.
Coop here. First down.
What is Caleb's game-defining or season-defining game this season? What is Caleb Calhoun's season-defining game this season?
It is NC State. North
What are you talking
Carolina about? State. The Wolfpack. Oh! Bum, bum, ba-na-na-na. Anybody? WCW, NWO, the Wolfpack? 98?
No idea what you're talking about.
Oh, man. Okay. Kevin Nash was a leader who went to Tennessee, played center for Tennessee basketball in the early 80s.
Remember Kevin Nash?
Yes, Big Sexy. With Lex Luger and Sting and Conan, it's the Wolfpack. And here's why it's the Wolfpack. And I'm just going to break this down for you guys. Everybody thinks you're going to know about Tennessee when it comes to Oklahoma. And I get it. They travel to Oklahoma. That's Josh Heupel going back to his alma mater. That will be the game that propels Nico into a national star. I will give you guys that. However, I actually think NC State's a tougher opponent this year than Oklahoma. I do. That's my craziest take of the year. And so I think we will really know about what Tennessee has with Nico when Tennessee plays NC State. And that game is in Charlotte. Now, it's technically a home game for Tennessee, I believe. Even though it's on a neutral field, I think Tennessee is going to wear home jerseys. But the point I'm trying to make is that you'll know more about Tennessee playing NC State than you will them playing Oklahoma. NC State is, I think, a more imposing opponent with one Dave Doran there in his 12th season.
With one Dave Doran. All right, so this is our early season games that, for the most part, that I'm taking a look at. So Georgia, obviously, if they beat Georgia later in the season, that would be huge. I mean, that would be a season-defining moment. So I'm going to go with Florida, Oklahoma, NC State, and then Alabama. That's not exactly an early season game, but it's close enough. So I'm going to go with those four on the poll question, and we would encourage you to check it out. What game will define the Vols season? Florida, Alabama, Oklahoma, and NC State. I think it's Alabama. And I think it's not only defined the season, I think it's defined the next decade. This is a series of streaks. Tennessee has the opportunity to start a streak and dominate Alabama. For those of you that are too young, that used to be the case. There was a song written, "We Own Alabama," about the University of Tennessee. That was the case, and that can be the case again. This is your time, guys, to flip it and make this a streak on the other end. Caleb, I know you like Kalen DeBoer at Alabama more than I do. I'm curious what your thoughts are for the opportunity that Tennessee has to flip this thing and dominate Alabama the way they've done in the past and the way they just got dominated by the Crimson Tide. Brought to you by City Heating and Air Conditioning, 50 years in East Tennessee. Integrity matters. Don't trust a fly-by-night HVAC company to tell you that you need a new unit that could cost you thousands or more. Am I wrong, Caleb? Again, go to cityheatandair.com. Am I wrong?
I think that's a very good one. I think Alabama is a very good one. I actually think you make a great point because Tennessee should really, no pun intended, turn the tide against Alabama going forward. I just look at Alabama and I think, look, they got a really brutal SEC draw, and that was a revenge decision by Greg Sankey because he was mad that Nick Saban blocked the SEC going to 9 games. And so I think they decided to punish Alabama with that. So I think Kalen DeBoer is already playing with a few cards short, given all the given the schedule, the transfer portal, and the talent. So look, I think Alabama's going to be 4-2 when they're headed into Tennessee. I'm just going to tell you this right now. They're losing to Georgia September the 28th, right?
Yes. I think 4-2. Yeah, that's exactly where I had them, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was worse. I think this is a meltdown of a season.
Yeah, I think they're losing at Wisconsin, and they're going to lose at home to Georgia. I think they're going to lose both those games to start the year, honestly. So I think they're going to be 4-2 heading into Tennessee, and I think those 2 losses, I think they're just going to be reeling, honestly. And I think Tennessee, yeah, look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I would be shocked if Tennessee's not 6-0 with Alabama coming to town.
Okay.
I don't see them losing to Oklahoma or NC State.
Well, then I think I know your answer to this. Can we go second down in the hot tub? By the way, Coop, what are people supposed to do?
Cooper Mays here. Hit like and subscribe.
There we go.
Cooper Mays here. Second down.
Okay, what's your second game-defining or season-defining game? You say NC State. I am going to go the easy way out. It's Oklahoma, and I think that means a lot to Josh Heupel, means a lot to this program. So I'm going the easy way out. I will go Oklahoma, but I'm curious if you had to pick an SEC opponent, would it be Alabama? Caleb?
Yeah. Yes, it would be Alabama. It would be Alabama. But I actually agree with you. I think Oklahoma's number 2. Which, by the way, that's an SEC game. So I almost forgot that's an SEC game.
I did too. Yeah. Okay. I'd say we're going to do that a lot. By the way, our friends at Dynasty Pools and Spas want to remind you they bring you 4 downs each and every day, and we certainly appreciate them. Where they also bring you a gentleman called Ron Slay, who played for the Vols, and also Josh Ward. So let's get to third down before I tell you more about Dynasty Pools and Spas in Athens with that great showroom, and they deliver. What down, Coop?
Tennessee center Cooper Mays here. Third down.
Yeah, through that SEC, Oklahoma being in the SEC that, was just announced like 2 years ago, kind of threw me off a little bit. Is the Florida game just a given? That's third down.
If the Florida game is not a given, it will never be a given. Like,
I can't say that any better.
Like, guys, we're very close. We're dangerously close to saying Tennessee is to Florida what Kentucky is to Tennessee at this point. And
wow. Strong. All right. That's strong. Brought to you by Dynasty Pools and Spas. So what program should Tennessee be most concerned about in the next 5 years? Imagine having the best spas made right here in the United States of America in your backyard. Dynasty Pools and Spas, their showroom is open in Athens right off the interstate. You can stop by and check out the best hot tubs and spas in the market. And in delivery, yes, they can do that to Knoxville or Chattanooga. They've got complete support, spa cover, and chemicals to keep your spa bubbling at its best. They also have pool chemicals as well. Dynasty Pools and Spas, amazing discounts for first responders, military, and even some blemish models that can save you a ton, and no one will ever notice. Mention Off the Hook Sports, get $500 off. Mention Off the Hook Sports, get $500 off. Dynasty Pools and Spas. Go to dynastypoolsandspas.com or stop by that showroom in Athens. dynastypoolsandspas.com. Dynasty Pools and Spas. Man, that spa looks comfy. I need to be in that. Hit that like and subscribe button if you hadn't done it yet, Coop.
Cooper Mays here. Hit like and subscribe. All SEC center Cooper Mays here. Fourth down.
You have to pick of the series that are on Tennessee's schedule this season. What is the Heupel defining series of all of these? We've talked about season defining game. I'm talking about series. I'm talking about career defining series. We mentioned the University of Alabama, but ultimately I believe it's going to be Georgia. That will ultimately define what Josh Heupel is as a coach, championship or not.
Yes, but I don't think Heupel has to have a winning record against Georgia. I know that maybe seem unfair. I just think he's got to be able to win, out of 6 years, win 2. Is that fair to say?
No. I think it's low. I think you expect to win at home, and then you're going to win occasionally on the road, and you're going to lose at home. I think with any rival, you should expect to win 50% of your games.
I can deal with Georgia winning a little bit more. Georgia's just such a better job than Tennessee. Always has been, always will be. When Tennessee dominated Georgia, it's because Georgia made the worst hires in the history of man. I think it's easier to win at Georgia than Tennessee just naturally. I'll tell you who Tennessee should worry about the most as a program, though. And it's not Georgia, and it's not Alabama, and it's nobody on the schedule. It's an old rivalry of Tennessee's. Let's go by the name of Auburn. And with Hugh Freeze there, as much as I don't like him, and with Alabama maybe falling apart under Kalen DeBoer, Hugh Freeze's offense is going to really take shape, and he's going to be able to recruit a lot better. I think Josh Heupel and Hugh Freeze will be jockeying for the best offensive talent and having the best offensive system in the SEC over the next 5 years. Now, after 5 years, I can't go that far because I feel like Hugh Freeze is going to do something to get himself fired. But for the next 5 years, watch out. It's Auburn.
Okay. Well, going back to originally, what game will define the Vols season? Florida gets 19% of the vote. Alabama, 12% of the vote. Oklahoma, 69% of the vote. NC State gets 0% of the vote. Again, that's 4 Downs, brought to you by our good friends at Dynasty Pools and Spas. You need to check them out. Just mention Off the Hook Sports, and you are going to get $500 off. Pretty awesome.